First and foremost, I'd like to say Kal Allah Shai, which is to say all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostles, a great milestone, and to the brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Now, I hope to do a video. I want to do a video addressing the situation in Venezuela. Alright. Bottom line is America wants Venezuelan oil. Alright. The situation in Venezuela is based on acquiring resources. Alright. It is not that Maduro is a tyrant, as US media would have you believe. Nor is it a case that his people wants democracy. They already have democracy down there. In fact, President Maduro elected under the constitutional laws that they have in Venezuela, which typically that of democracy. Right? If you have to believe this, then we deserve nuclear food. Right? We have seen where the US has invaded other countries in a similar fashion as we are currently doing in Venezuela. Right? And for example of this is Iraq and the Saddam regime. Right? We have seen where they went down there and this called privatize the oil reserves in Iraq. I have an article that I would like to bring out. So let me just grab the article really quick. Alright, so the article is titled Iraq Invasion Was About Oil. Alright, it was done by Nafiz Ahmed. Right, and it can be found on the Guardian.com. Alright, so it reads, yesterday was the 11th anniversary of the 2003 Iraq War, yet to this day, few media reflections on this conflict accurately explore the extent to which opening up the Persian Gulf energy resource to the world economy was a prime driver behind the Anglo-American invasion. Right? The overwhelming narrative has been one of incompetence and failure, and in an otherwise noble, if ill-conceived and badly managed endeavor to free Iraqis from tyranny, which is the same thing that they're claiming they're doing with Venezuela now, right? To be sure, the conduct of war was indeed replete with incompetence at a colossal scale, but this doesn't erase the very real mendacity of the cold strategic logic that motivated the war's US and British planners in the first place. Right. According to the infamous project for a new American century document endorsed by senior Bush administration officials as far back as 1997, while the unresolved conflict with Iraq provides the immediate justification for the US to play a more permanent role in Gulf regional security, the need for a substantial American force presents the Gulf transcend the issue of the regime of Saddam Hussein. Alright, so they release described in the 2001 report on energy security commissioned by the then US Vice President Dick Cheney, published by the Council on Foreign Relations and James Baker Institute for Public Policy. Warned of impending global energy crisis that would increase US and global vulnerability to disruption and leave the US facing unprecedented energy crisis. The main source of disruption, the report observed, is the Middle East tension, in particular the threat posed by Iraq, critically documented illustrated that US officials have lost lost all faith in Saddam's view is erratic and unpredictable energy export policy. In 2000, Iraq had effectively become a swing producer, turning its taps on and off when it has felt Saddam action was in its strategic interest. There is a possibility that Saddam Hussein may remove Iraq oil from the market um, for an extended period of time in order to damage prices. Right? Alright, well, this is a good thing to pay attention to. Iraq remains destabilizing influence to the flow of oil to international markets from the Middle East. Saddam Hussein has also demonstrated a willingness to threaten to use the oil weapon and to use his own export program to manipulate oil markets. This would display his personal power, enhance this would display his personal power, enhance his image as a pan-Arab leader, and pressure others for a lifting of economic sanctions against his regime. The United States should conduct an immediate policy review toward Iraq, including military, energy, economic, and political or diplomatic assessments. The United States should then develop an integrated strategy with key allies in Europe and Asia, and with key countries in the Middle East to restate goals with respect to Iraq policy and to restore cohesive coalition of key allies. Alright, jumping down to the point. Alright, there's a lot of meat here. To this end, and as with all documents obtained by the independent show, the US and the British sought to privatize Iraqi oil production with a view to allow foreign companies to take over. Minutes of the meeting held on 12 May 2003 said the future shape the Iraqi industry will affect oil markets and the functioning of OPEC, in both of which we have a vital interest. A desirable outcome for Iraq's crippled oil industry, official concluded, is an oil sector open and attractive to foreign investment with appropriate arrangements for the exploitation of new fields. The document added that foreign companies' involvement seemed to be the only possible solution to make Iraq a reliable oil exporter. This, however, would be politically sensitive, so they have to do it in a cunning way, a crafty way, and would require careful handling to avoid the impression that we are trying to push the Iraqis down one particular path. Alright? Now, quickly. His mouth, speaking specifically towards the individuals who had orchestrated this plan, right, and have been orchestrating multiple plans, right, worldwide, policing the world, right, to suit their own agenda, right, which is the so-called white man today, mainly America, right. Going down, he said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. So yeah, him say I'm going down, I'm going to offer democracy and I'm going to free the people. And that's why I think they referred to the invasion in Iraq as Operation Invasion, Operation Iraq Liberation. But it's spelled oil, so they go back and they changed it, right? Because the true agenda was coming out, which is to go down there and take the oil, right? So even though they're saying that they're freeing you from tyranny, that's what they're doing. Alright, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right? His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords, meaning that he come on him tell us sweet things that this is what we want to do. Right, but behind your back, right? He does something else, right? That's the nature of the so-called white man, all right? And we can see where that was carefully executed in the article that I just read, all right? Quickly, and we get a video to further type home the point, all right?
Looks at this point like the U.S. may go down there and start intervening in the way that we typically do, which means guns and bombs and tanks and jets, killing people, all because we want to take over all that sweet, sweet Venezuelan oil. And if you think I'm speaking in hyperbole, then I need to direct you to John Bolton, Donald Trump's national security advisor, and a statement that he made on Thursday evening talking to Trish Regan on Fox News. Because this is what John Bolton had to say during that interview. Venezuela is one of the three countries I call the troika of tyranny. It would make a difference if we could have American companies produce the oil in Venezuela. It would be good for Venezuela and the people of the United States. That short paragraph, that short statement, word for word, from John Bolton on Fox News, you can find the video in the link in the description of this video. That tells you everything you need to know about what the American government's goal is for Venezuela. Now listen.
All right, this is coming from John Bolton himself. All right. Let me get another preset quickly. Now these men are doing this. Police of the world, and they should have a say in everything. Really doing it because of the pride. All right. All right. So this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. He said, "The pride of thine heart that deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is I, that saith in his heart," right? Because America has a very large military, and I use that military might and power to oppress the rest of the world, right? As seen in World War, I think it was World War II, where they use Nagasaki, they use Little Boy and Fat Man to demolish Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right? It sort of made the rest of the world subservient to